Today is finally the day where I transformed this little apartment car park into what probably could be one of the most cost-effective and safest little detailing studios I think I've made. If you guys are new to this channel, I'd quickly give you a little background story as to the reason why I'm making this video. Ever since I got my first FG Turbo and had it detailed for the first time, it's always been such a big thing to me to always try and make sure that my cars are clean as possible. And this right here is my FG Turbo. Now this car right here has actually had its full detail already done by Cody at Flash Detailing, and he's actually applied a 4-layer coating on this. It's absolutely pristine. This whole car, I think, has 2 scratches in it, and those 2 scratches hurt me every single time I look at it. So ever since I've lived in the city of Brisbane, literally I live on a main road going straight into Brisbane. Ever since I've lived here, I've never had an actual space for myself where I've been able to properly detail my cars. As soon as I moved down here, I had an apartment in the middle of the city which had like one singular parking space and absolutely no taps whatsoever. And then the second apartment I had actually was this one here, which I never washed my car here anyway because I used to work at a detailer anyway. Third place, also didn't have a tap, had no room, no lights, no nothing, and it was a communal garage. And then this one here is finally the garage where we've sort of got a little bit of space. We actually have 2 tandem car parks here for me and my roommate. So I have one car in here, I have one car out here, you guys can see the breeze one over there, and then my roommate in his ASX also parks in here. So what I'm gonna do today is something that I've wanted to do for such a long time now. I've been annoying Cody at Flash Detailing every 2 weeks, ever since I had the car coated, simply because I wanted to make sure that it was getting washed properly. I was going there every 2 weeks and I was washing it myself. I was using some of his chemicals. I wanted the space where I could do it by myself instead of traveling 15 minutes up north just so I could go wash my car. So today is finally the day. I'm sorry about all my talking, I promise I'll get to the action soon. Pretty much what I wanted to accomplish with this space here is I wanted to make it one of the most cost-effective yet safest washes. So that means a wheel wash and then a rinse and then a snow foam and then a rinse again and then a 2-bucket method and then rinse and then dry. That's everything that I wanted to do in this setup. And we're gonna try and keep the budget probably $400, so let's see how we go. So this right here is the space we're going to be using. I've already noticed right now that if I go through that door there, they actually have a PowerPoint, which is awesome, and then over here they have 1 tap, which isn't the greatest pressure. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to move all of this stuff here. This is literally just stuff since I've moved in. Like I've got my toolbox here and just some detailing stuff on top. Cords, parts, mats, you name it, I've got it down here. I got even intercooler piping. I don't even know why I need that. So yes, first step, we're gonna clean up all this.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya, kid from California. This little guy was just hanging out, and I thought he was a cockroach. Old mate's completely harmless, but I don't really want him hanging around my detailing stuff, so I'll try and move him. We'll see how we go. He's going towards my other stuff. Hey mate, that's kind of like exactly where I wanted to put my shelving. So if you could kindly not. Cheers. And it's looking pretty bare. So what I want to do is I want to try and make a setup that sort of goes right here that's not going to move. So that way I can just hook up the hose straight to here and the extension cord just comes around the thing and straight to there, and that just stays there like that. So I went on a little shopping trip to Bunnings earlier today. I had the radio on just as I was doing stuff, and I didn't realize I chose country. So this right here you guys don't need to get, you don't have to add it to the budget. However, I paid $40 from Bunnings Warehouse for a 5-shelf storage unit, which is sort of gonna sit just up here. Because I do have so much detailing stuff at the moment, I really wanted to sort of just house it all, and it's such an easy space where I can just, you know, reverse all the cars back out of here and just have my car in here and easily grab products off the shelf and then straight onto the car as well. You don't have to add this to the budget because you can just have a couple of little products here and there that just sit in like a storage container. However, I decided to go sort of all out and pick up this. It was fairly cheap and it's going to be perfect for what I need. And this right here, I'll show you all a little bit later. So this thing here looks pretty simple to set up. It's got like all these little keyhole things in them. So I think everything literally just slides into place. We'll see how we go.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya. Dreams of my own, I've been working from home. I can do it on my own, but sometimes it gets cold like.
Five-tier storage shelf, $44. So this thing's pretty sturdy, right? It's like, it's proper, like, you know, it's not gonna go anywhere, but it's nowhere near as sturdy as the friendship I have with old mate up here. He hasn't left me this entire time. He's been watching me, helping me do everything. I reckon we gotta find a name for him. Comment in the comment section down below what we should call this dude up here.
Alright, so I just went upstairs and I just quickly uploaded today's video. And I came back down and that huntsman's gone. So, you know, I don't know what we're gonna do, but if he turns up anywhere, he's gonna know about it.
I'm hoping he just made his way up into there instead of going into all my stuff here. I guess we'll find out and shit ourselves later.
Alright, so currently we are on $44 for this whole setup, and that was for the shelving just over here. Now I'm going to run through some of the products that I use personally for my car to maintain it, and especially try and keep that really nice coated finish looking schmick and also hydrophobic at all times. And I'm just going to pretty much go over all the stuff that I would use, and keep in mind please that this right here is pretty much all the top end stuff that I'm trying to get for myself. You don't have to spend anywhere near as much money as what I did for this stuff. You go with like a cheaper snow foam, you could go with you know, just Bowden snow job or something like that, something very similar. You don't have to go with all this high-end stuff. I got all of my stuff through Cody from Flash Detailing, which I'll link down below. So if you guys want any of this stuff, please feel free to go ahead and contact him, and he'll help you out. Now the first thing you guys are going to be wanting to do when you wash your car is to clean the wheels. The wheels are always the most dirty part of the car. They build up with brake dust and everything. My wheels are already coated, so I don't really need this as much, but I still use it all the time. This right here, this is Meguiar's Ultimate Wheel Cleaner. This right here cost me about $19, which I'm gonna add right now. Now there's also a couple of different options I could have gone with. I could have gone with Purge, which is all through Flash Detailing, or I could have gone with Wheelie Clean by Bowden's. There's a lot of different ones out there. This right here was 700ml for $19 and it was on special today, so I'm just gonna see how it goes first. But I definitely need a wheel cleaner in my life, trust me. So the second thing we're going to be doing, especially with a coated car, is we're going to be wanting to snow foam the car. What the snow foam will do is it'll pretty much pick up all the dirt that's on the paint and then it'll drip it off the side. It'll pretty much decontaminate the paint before we go along and use our wash mitt on the paint. This right here is Auto Finesse Snow Foam. So for every single time I fill up my snow foam cannon, it's going to be about 100 mils of this. It should last a fairly long time, and I think this stuff here, there you go, it was $30 from Cody. So along with the snow foam, we also need a snow foam cannon. This right here, I'm not actually quite sure exactly what brand it is. However, I also got this from Cody, and this was actually for doing a filming job for him. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. So this right here will set you back about $60. You can get the Bowden's one that'll probably cost you around about $100, and that comes with everything you pretty much need. This one right here, really high quality. It has all brass fittings in there. Cost me $60. So another thing I went ahead and got was a couple of buckets. So after we do the snow foam, we completely rinse it off, we're going to be wanting to do a 2-bucket method wash. Now this right here, I don't actually currently own at the moment. However, 2 buckets from Bunnings Warehouse set me back $6. However, one thing I don't have at the moment is a grit guard. So I'm gonna actually be going and getting a grit guard with some of the Bowden's buckets. They are a little bit expensive. However, I am gonna go ahead and get them. So I just haven't got them here, I apologize. So the wash mitt that I also use was also recommended by Cody, and I just use a Maguire's lamb's wool pad. The coating on my car is fairly hard, so that way I don't have to go with any, like, you know, if it was a softer paint, I might have to go with like a little bit higher quality of a wash mitt. I don't use microfiber, simply because it just was recommended by Cody that I used a wool mitt. I don't have an issue with it, and it actually glides across the paint really nicely. And that was, I think, $30. I'll add that to the list. So what I actually wash my car with, because it is coated, is I wash my car with Car Pro Reset. So this run right here will actually do good for the coating. Obviously with coating, you don't want to be using a soap with a wax. So Reset works really well. It's a pH neutral, I believe. And yeah, works really well with the coating, and it keeps it fresh and healthy. Now, after you do that, you also want to be going ahead and getting a really good microfiber towel to dry up. You do not want to be using a chamois. Now, I actually use a Tempest microfiber towel. This one here is just one that I got from Kmart that I don't use at all. I got a Tempest one. It's upstairs in the wash at the moment. I don't have it with me, but that right there cost me $40. Alrighty, so now comes on to keeping my coating nice and healthy. What I use is a Car Pro Elixir. This is basically just like a quick detailer. What I do is I quickly run this over the paint every single time I finish washing the car, and it just keeps the coating nice, healthy, make sure that everything is off it, everything's decontaminated, and puts a little bit of extra layer of protection on top. Now the Elixir right there also cost $28. My list is really getting up there. So every single time you want to be touching the paint of your coated car, or any car in general, because the clear coat is very soft, you want to be using a brand new microfiber towel. This one right here has 36 brand new microfiber towels from Costco, and it costs about $15. Now, after I finish all of that, what I do, the very, very last thing that I do is I put tire shine on. Now, I like putting on my tire shine with an applicator. I don't like spraying it, hence why I have this stuff here. I actually had this stuff bulk lying around from when I had my detailing business a few years ago, and I'm still getting through it. I don't think I'm ever gonna need to use a tire shine ever again. That right there, however, in stores for a spray tire shine will cost you probably about $2. It's really cheap. Sometimes if I do end up doing the engine bay of my car, I also end up using a mechanical grade degreaser. This one right here was about $17 for this entire jug, and all I do is I mix it about half with water, and I put it into like a little spray bottle, and it seems to last me for a fair while. That right there cost me $17. So at the moment, we're currently at $319, but please guys, I really hope you understand that I'm using the top quality stuff. You don't have to use all this. You can go to Super Cheap Auto and probably pick up everything that I did, not as good quality, for around about maybe $50 to $100 depending on what you want. All of my stuff here is not off the shelf products. It does take a long time to get all this stuff in. However, when you do have it and you use it properly, it does last a very long time. I will probably get, before I run out of all this stuff, maybe about 20 to 30 washes, which is about, you know, about half a year. Yeah, it is probably about half a year's worth of washes, if not more.